All right. So Google and X. So I decided to open up a channel on X to share some content, subscribe to a few things, maybe reshare some of the things I'm watching on one of my YouTube brand accounts dedicated to a specific topic. And I'm like, yes, I quite frankly don't get to spend as much time as I would like with my kids. So what I did is I created these playlists on YouTube. And of course, when I tell my kids, "Oh, go into my account and then blah blah blah," and you get into the playlist and you pick a video and it's going to be something useful on the topic, I think obviously they're not going to do that. And I have hundreds, if not thousands, of videos saved on a variety of topics related to growing up, how to be a man, blah 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 blah. So I decided to open up an X account so I can start posting on there these links to YouTube and maybe some other stuff that comes up, and I have them sign up, right? So I get the X account opened, but for the X account, I create a dedicated Gmail account with the same name. And so I might as well share it. It's Dudes 100. It's one of my nicknames that I've used for some secondary accounts, um, or brand accounts or handles, however you want to think of them. And I'm like, all right, I don't need to add any numbers, whatever. It's just like straight up, all one word, Dudes 100. It's easy to say, it's easy to share. So I create it, and I just checked, end of September. And I don't do anything with it until today when, as I'm trying to create some content on YouTube, I'm trying to sign up for Pixels. I'm trying to sign up for a service, and I decided to use that account because I have other accounts. I have an account for all the bank stuff. I have a separate account for all the insurance stuff and all the nonsense. I have a separate one for all the school stuff. I have a separate one for just like random nonsense. You know what I mean? Just a throwaway account, email account for some rando rewards programs that I might want to sign up for, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I don't want them all mixed together because even with them separate, I already have just a hard time keeping up. I don't have a freaking secretary, right? And so when I know I need to get something done, for example, some media work, right? I log into the account dedicated for it. I see only the media stuff on there, maybe some notifications, whatever, although I try to disable all of them. And that's the idea, right? So Dudes 100, right, is the handle where I wanted to post some things on X for my sons to see. Share some YouTube content, maybe a few other things. I think I subscribed to one guy, Rich Cooper. I don't know, maybe someone else. And I just let it sit there for a while. So today I tried to use an AI image generator for something else, and I decided to use this Gmail account. So I got to log in there. I try to log in with that account into this AI image generator, and all of a sudden, the Google starts vomiting at me. He's like, "Your account has been locked due to some security, blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, what the hell? I literally set it up maybe a month and a half ago. I logged in, I logged out, and I haven't freaking touched it. All right. So the Google, security detection is probably as smart as like Google AI that made freaking Black Washington and all that nonsense. Probably the same fucking retards there. Pardon my French, that are doing this. Cause like I don't have a ton of time, right? You know, I dedicate a little bit of 15 minutes here and there. I want to get something done and move along with my life, okay? And that's why I actually set up multiple email accounts in the first place so that I can focus on one particular task at a time. If I need to deal with my banking and insurance and all the hardcore freaking life obstacles, I log into one account. If I need to deal with some school nonsense or I don't know, utilities bills and whatever, slightly less hardcore stuff, I log into a different one. If I need to check email from my mom, I log into another one. If I need to sort through some junk notifications, I have another one, right? I mean, it seems to make sense. And so instead of being able to accomplish what I set out to do, I have to deal with this Google nonsense where it's like, oh, you can restore your appeal to restore your account and blah blah blah. And I can guarantee you that there's absolutely no chance that any freaking human at Google looked at this, because what it is just a blank account that I set up specifically to use for notifications for this one specific account with the same name, same handle on X, which I haven't even used. I haven't used either. I set them up, I marked it off my list. I've been gathering up a few things that I might want to post. And today I decided to use one of them accounts for something else. Maybe, whatever. Because it's related to media work that I'm trying to get done, right? And these stupid corporations are not making it easy. So, all right, I'm like, okay, well, that sucks. But in my mind, I was thinking other words that are like 18 plus and R-rated, that involve me not needing to use Google email at all, okay? If they want to make it hard to freaking use their service, I don't need it, okay? Because I already have another account, another email service that I pay for, where I can create unlimited aliases, and they ain't pretty, but I can use them. The problem is that the AI image creator tool that I was trying to use only gave me 3 options: Gmail, Discord, and Apple. And I despise Apple more and more. We're past the point of contempt. It's a horrible corporation. They went the way of Jaguar. Is just, I despise the man in charge of it. Ugh, let's not go there. And so Gmail, all right, I'm like, okay, I just set up that separate account. I don't want to use my main one because it'll just create more of a mess, than I already have. With all the freaking email. God, the worst invention of man. So I wanted to use this clean one where I would just have this media stuff, and for this one I can handle a couple of different purposes for it. And so try to log in, and I just described what happened. I'm like, okay, well, screw Google, to put it in the PG-13 way. I'm just going to log into my X, the dudes100 at X, at dudes100, whatever. I haven't even used X all that much because I don't freaking have the time, okay? I prefer long form content that just like I can zoom out on it and get something done while something's playing in my head. That's why I'm on YouTube a lot. But anyway, so I go into X and they're like, suspicious activity detected. I'm like, what activity? I just set up this freaking account and haven't even used it since. What freaking activity? Like, what kind of imbecile freaking like low IQ IT security services are you using or subscribing to that you cannot freaking like, that you're just, I'm a human, here I am talking about it, just trying to use this freaking services, right? And I can't. Same thing. Once you appeal, we'll unlock your account. Okay. So I write up an appeal, but I can't submit it. There's some kind of an issue. I adjust the null script that I have. It can't load it because it needs to verify that I'm human. Apparently, the bots have gotten so, are out of control out there. Everybody thinks everything is a freaking bot. And their so-called AI at X, and Google is not smart enough to just tell the difference, right? And so today, the images wouldn't load for whatever puzzles that I needed to solve. And so today I got to use the audio version where they play some kind of like AI generated music. And I get to pick one that's a repeating pattern versus just some random noise. That was exciting. I passed the test, intelligence, and I got to actually submit my appeal. But I'm now kind of wondering, do I really even want? Well, obviously, I'm not using Google. Whether they unlock that secondary account of mine or not for Google, I don't care. I am not dealing with them ever again. So I have my old account, my original account from a while ago, and I'm just gonna minimize. I've already minimized usage of it because their interface sucks. They kept on improving it to the point where it just sucked so bad that I was actually missing new emails because of how they were lumping together threads. The dumbest way is the Google way, is the Gmail way. So I just stopped using it because I missed a couple important emails because of how they sorted. I'm looking at the top for the newest ones, but they like, because the original thread was old, they would like lump new ones somewhere down below and I wouldn't even see them. So I missed important emails. I cannot rely on an email service where I miss important emails. And now they're hassling me for trying to set up a brand new account just so that I can filter out certain types of messages for certain types of work and certain types of activities that I need to do online. And so it's like, out. I'm out. I'm not using Gmail for that anymore. But now I have to, but in order to log in, even though I passed the I'm not a machine test on this freaking X account, I now cannot unlock it because the only reason I can unlock it, or the only way, I mean, I can unlock it is to log in to the freaking Gmail, the secondary Gmail account that I set up for this specific purpose. So these corporations, honestly, have reached some kind of a point of no return where all of their safety and security features are basically like preventing me from using their freaking services, right? And so that's what this conversation was all about, you know? It's like, okay, how, and that's what I wrote to this freaking appeal. What am I appealing? I just set up this freaking account. There's no activity on it. I subscribe to like maybe one or two dudes, and then I forgot about it. I don't have the app. I don't use this crap. I could, if X disappeared tomorrow, I wouldn't even notice. If Google disappeared tomorrow, I wouldn't even notice. If Apple disappeared tomorrow, I would happily live without it, okay? Just I don't care. I touch grass, you know what I mean? But it's like when I'm trying to get something done and I can't because the AI cannot actually like tell man from machine from its own kind. It's like, what the heck? I guess I shouldn't even try. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But now, because of these idiots, Google, morons, X, morons, like they're literally preventing me, a human individual who just wanted to use their services for a very specific purpose. And I asked them at X, like, this is not a very good start. Do you not want me on your platform? Before I even got started, that's not a good start. Okay. Definitely will not even try to use Google again. Forget about it. It's like, what a bunch of disrespect. You know what I mean? They just lock me out and I have to like appeal some stupid decision by their low IQ freaking AT security AI or whatever the hell. And it's like, bro, like what? What the heck? It's the internet has become unusable. You know what I mean? It's like you have to prove, they assume that you're a bot unless proven otherwise. It's like some kind of freaking post apocalyptic, dystopian world. It's like, bro, like seriously, I'm just trying to not have 1,000 freaking emails going to the same freaking account a day or whatever so that I can just, without having secretaries, I can just try to keep up and not miss as much important stuff as I can. Just because that's the only way that I can cope, right? I know I need to do a little bit of this kind of work. I log into this account and do that sort of thing. Anyway, so far, not a very great start to my media project. Um, Failed at using the secondary Google account. Fuck them. I poop on them from the tallest tree in the jungle because they're dumb monkeys. Failed at X before I even could make a single post because their low IQ AT security AI or whatever, so-called AI, I absolutely despise that word because there's no intelligence to it. It seems like it, but hey, I mean, maybe not so much. Can't even make a post. And I failed at actually signing up for the freaking AI image service that I wanted to try because they don't even give you an option to create their own account. Google, Discord, Apple. Apple is gay, Google is annoying and also gay, and Discord is insecure. Didn't they just get hacked recently? So those are my options. All right. So we have false positive Google detection that thinks I'm a fraud for because I just how dare I set up a email account on Google. Oh wow, that's crazy. Ooh. False positive detection on X thinks I'm a fraud because ooh, how dare I set up an X account and not even use it yet. And I'm already violating policies or some shit, right? And we have the same Google that I won't use for this AI image generating service, Discord, which is free, and Apple, which is now having mandatory gay content on phones that kids use. Think about that. Think about that. Think about what side of the island, Tim Cook must have gone to on that island where all these creeps went. So anyway, those are the options. That's American corporation IT world 2025. Touch more grass, I guess.